Trigonal, take us away with the first intro of Echo.
Well, I'm going to choose this player. It is the red Terran that spawned down the bottom right-hand corner. He is playing for Duff's Gaming, and he needs one win to advance on to face Arthur, a fellow Korean player. It is Spear. Wow. Your mum.
And his opponent in the top left-hand corner of Echo, securing his second tournament win versus Spear last game. Currently 1-1. It is representing Brawl Gaming, the Blueser, PandaBearMe. I like your zoom out, then zoom back in. I know I kind of set it up incorrectly, but it was still like, yeah.
I've been trying to do kind of all sorts of zooms.
Chat loved your joke, by the way.
Yeah,
At least one man in chat, which basically means 100% of chat.
Yeah.
To start this off, PandaBearMe, interestingly enough, I mean, it's not, unless your opponent is Korean and going double proxy racks, it's not too scary going hatch or pool first. But I would kind of expect him to do pool first, either to be cheesy or just to be safe, because as we were saying, this is a very pivotal game, and he's not got this far versus Spear before, so this is an interesting decision from him, I feel like. And for Spear, I mean, I'm kind of wondering, Spear's very, very good in tournament, or not good in tournaments, he's a lot of tournament experience, and for him, I feel like he's probably very cool, and it may come down to execution of their builds, which is going to be a Reaper Fast expand for Dust's Spear.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think, like, the 15 hatch even, sorry, is still fine. Obviously, if you want to be super safe, you go for the pool first. But again, we've seen Spear go for a CC first and a proxy 2 racks. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. And if you go pool first, if you go pool
one game apart,
yeah, if you go pool first and you don't go something incredibly cheesy with it, which is usually quite difficult to pull off against Terran cheese, you kind of end up fairly behind. Now, PandaBearMe is actually gone quite greedy with his hatch gas pool, and so he could take a bit of damage to this Reaper, but luckily it looks like it wasn't going straight into the main base, so these Lings at least are going to be out to force it to kite away a little bit. Oh my god, they actually catch it! They're not going to kill it! Are they? They might kill it!
Oh wait, no, he may get it!
Oh no, he gets out, he gets out. Reapers are too slippery. Of course he gets out, it's a Reaper. You never catch Reapers.
The Reaper does get out. Queen is going to be finished at the natural base, but this Reaper is pretty low on health now. For Spear on his bottom right corner of the map is going to be going Hellions, is what I'm guessing. They'll switch the factory for the reactor. But into that, like I was saying, for PandaBearMe, I mean, if the third base is open, those Hellions are going to have very easy run-by times. As I was saying, the third base is a little bit more open than some maps. But then again, currently, kind of PandaBearMe a little bit on the back foot, trying to defend this Reaper. But finally, he is okay. He's got the Queen out, and wait, where'd the Queen go? Oh, there's this Queen. He does have the Queen out. Metabolic boost about done, and I feel like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, Spear managed to slip a couple. Yeah, Spear managed. Sorry, even PandaBearMe managed to slip a couple Lings past Spear. Tried to harass this command center, but Spear had the Marines ready to repel it, and he did. But yeah, for now, it looks like we've got a Banshee, probably without cloak, following it up for Spear. And yeah, this is a pretty kind of regular opening, like Hellion Banshee opening. Probably not into any all-in yet. I feel like we would have seen the second gas if we were going to see a Armory come down. But you never know. Maybe he'll just save it up a lot. For now, it's just moving out with the Marines is interesting, though.
Yeah, maybe being a little bit too aggressive here, but I feel like he's feeling pretty safe, at least Spear. Will be taking down one of these Overlords. Second Overlord may be able to go down. Spear is trying to make that happen. And 2 Hellions moving into the Banshee's not quite done. Actually, yes, the Banshee's not quite done yet, but 2 more Hellions on the way. Trying to fight these Queens. Queens actually getting a decent amount of damage done, but these Queens actually may go down. The Queens actually have to retreat up this ramp, and Spear is reinforcing 2 more Hellions. Now for Spear, he does it sorry, not for Spear. For PandaBearMe, he does that Roach Warren down, a couple of Hellions, but this third base is going to be very scary. As I was saying, it's really easy for Spear to come in through the ramp facing the natural and then just get away out the other direction, but PandaBearMe anticipates that and tries to capture them. May actually take down one of these Hellions. Does get one Hellion, does get a couple Marines, and Spear's actually been negated a little bit, but 2 more Hellions on the way, and finally that Banshee is heading across the map. Cloak is not done though, so this Banshee won't be quite as hard as it normally is to take out.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. Of course, I mean, the thing is, PandaBearMe still has to react to the possibility of Cloak. And so we're probably going to see Spore Crawlers go down, an Overlord, Overseer, or even Morphin. But yeah, now the roaches are out, PandaBearMe is easily going to be able to repel away these Hellions. The Queen should do okay against the Banshee. Has he lost a Queen yet? Oh, he has actually lost a Queen. That makes it a bit more difficult.
Yes.
He's going to have to replace that.
It definitely makes it more difficult to push back this Banshee. Now, the Banshee won't do a ton of damage to these roaches, but he's still got to be careful. He only has that one Queen. Finally, another Queen reinforcing. We'll try to go after this Banshee. Banshee does not have Cloak, and PandaBearMe, as you're saying, does not know that. He has not scouted that. But on the right-hand side, a little bit of a Suicide Overlord, actually pushed in by the Viking of Spear, is moving it into that, or is moving him into the base. And by the way, a very nice person in the chat said PandaBearMe is the only 400 to 2-0 Hydra in a tournament.
That is extremely impressive. Yeah. I feel like I've been talking Hydra up all evening. But
I know, you have been, so I was like, hey, my boy PandaBearMe, who you favored Hydra, and I told PandaBearMe beforehand, you know what, Jamie, Trigonal's gonna pressure me into being non-biased, but I'm still gonna love you, man. You're still gonna be my homeboy.
No. Yeah, Spear moving in with the Banshee. Has got picked up 2 kills with it. I don't know if all of them were all of them were drones, but still, 2 kills on the Banshee isn't really worth it. But without Cloak, it'll still kind of hover around being annoying, as Banshees are wont to do. And yeah, there's always the option to get Cloak and a ton more Banshees later and just be really annoying if you really hate your opponent, really want to see them suffer. But for now, Spear has his 3rd orbital command up. Obviously not moved out yet, whereas PandaBearMe is starting to approach full 3-base saturation, which is a pretty comfortable location to be in, though he has an extra gas in his main he's not taken, and he's only just taking his gas in his 3rd, so probably not going to see a transition into Mutalisks, or any big transition into Mutalisks anytime soon, but I would expect to see them coming up fairly shortly, because you do want the Mutalisk in this Lingbane Mutasar. Although, saying that, we see Roach Speed on the way. Although 1-1 melee upgrades are going on for PandaBearMe, so this just got interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is getting very interesting. Spear is moving out for a drop. It may be spotted by PandaBearMe. No, it won't be spotted by PandaBearMe quite in time. Marine's coming down now. One great thing with Spear is, I mean, as you're saying, he's just so concise, and I mean, he's already got his upgrades, a lot of upgrades done. He always gets exactly what he needs to do and always gets good medevac. He's got great micro, but we'll see what happens right here. He does pull up, loses 2 Marines there, has to pull back, but he's taking his 3rd base now, is getting saturated, and 1-1 is just about to complete for Spear in a fantastic position, especially with Combat Shield Stim almost done, and looks like Spear is just kind of securing his 3rd base, but still going for these drops. He's lost a lot, but I mean, he's not going to be able to do much with it, especially medevac only at 14 health. He will have to pull back. But for PandaBearMe, as you were saying, he is going into this roach speed, but I mean, he's adding on a decent amount of roaches, but I just don't know if it's the greatest idea against this. Yes, Spear may go heavy Marine, but I feel like generally you want to maybe roach Baneling. We've seen some of that in past games.
The thing is, yeah, we're going to see Banelings coming in as well, obviously, with the Baneling speed, and yeah, there being a Baneling nest. But Spear is going to be so good at pulling PandaBearMe apart with these drops. The Spires only just started in 12 minutes, and Spear moves down here. The roaches are going to be able to clean this up, but I mean, Spear's going to trade off pretty efficiently. Then lift up and kind of boost on out of there. Go into the main. This is going to be so annoying for PandaBearMe to deal with. All the while, Spear is actually just still up on workers. He's ahead on upgrades, though they are currently on equal upgrades. Half PandaBearMe's army is roaches, which don't have the +1 attack. And Spear will get his 2-2 before PandaBearMe, just a little before PandaBearMe gets the 2-2. Spear just generally is looking in a great position. The income tab is actually surprisingly more even than I thought, but Spear does have that little edge with 5 workers ahead and the extra mules. And yeah, he should be able to translate that into a decent win. Spear is going to run away, try and save this medevac. Oh! Picks up 1 Marauder. But that 1 Marauder could make all the difference, but for now, PandaBearMe will finish up his Spire, and that'll start to help out a lot against these drops. Nice trading off against the Banelings, though. Traded off quite a few Banelings for just a few Marines and letting a lot of them splash on that Marauder.
Yeah, I think PandaBearMe, with going roaches, may have expected a more heavier mech composition from Spear because of that early Hellion harass. I think he thought maybe a lot more was coming out, but I kind of agree that a Mutalisk Ling would have been a lot better. Only be one big reason purely is just because, I mean, their Lings are a lot faster than roaches purely. You can catch up to those drops a lot easier, but for now, I mean, PandaBearMe staying on these roaches actually kind of transition a little bit out of that, getting some Lings, getting these Mutas, but I don't know if it may be in time, it may not be. We see Spear moving out 2 Widow Mines, a large amount of Marines, 4 Medevacs. This is a very scary army to deal with, especially there's nothing at this 4th base to defend it, and there's literally nothing there, so it may just go down instantly. As there's a couple roaches trying to defend, but I doubt that'll be enough. And they cannot suicide. That'd be suicide to run into there.
Yeah, a bunch of Mutalisks just started as well, and they're not going to be able to help out at all in the fight, or they weren't able to help out at all in the fight that just came out there. A few of them got cancelled. One of them even got killed as it tried to rally forwards. Big Scan's going to reveal a lot of the active creep tumors. I think Spear's going to move around there to try and clean them up, but for now, PandaBearMe is going to pick off a mine start of the engagement, and this is a big concave for PandaBearMe. How good are the splits? Decent splits from Spear. He's trying to edge up as much as he can, but he is going to have to retreat on the overwhelming force of all of PandaBearMe's units, and a lot of these medevacs are going to go down with these mutants. And this is a brave move by Spear trying to take this expansion, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. PandaBearMe just has too many roaches here.
PandaBearMe pushing forward very aggressively. There's no banelings, but there's a very large amount of roaches here. It looks like Spear actually will push this back, but a decent amount. Actually, only 1 or 2 of these medevacs were killed, and it looks the tables have actually turned. Spear with 2-2 upgrades versus PandaBearMe's only 2-0. There is no attack upgrade actually for these roaches, which may be the reason. But trying to reinforce PandaBearMe, desperately trying to do that. We do see the flyer upgrades for his mutas coming in, but I don't know if this will be enough. Interestingly enough, those Spears just decided to retreat, leave some Widow Mines to have a nice attack path location, and off the back of this actually secures a 4th base very nicely. I expect that to go completely differently. I think that was mainly the upgrades right there.
Yeah. I mean, that looked like PandaBearMe had so many roaches, but Spear just went, you know, I'm going to kite back, take this engagement a little bit in a choke, and my bio damage is going to destroy your roaches. And I think that's kind of what happened. I'm not sure what PandaBearMe's the idea between PandaBearMe's composition is, but I'd be very interested to hear his thoughts. Because like the roaches don't seem to add much, and they're a bit of a gas sink. Roach Hydra is great because the Hydras add DPS, the Roaches add tanking, and you know they're just great for early game all-ins. Lingbane Mute is great because it's mobile and the Lings kind of surround, they punish you for splitting, and the Banelings force you to split. And the Mutas, of course, just harass and do all sorts of other useful bits.
Just kill whatever, yeah.
I don't know, it's got all sorts of things in PandaBearMe's army.
Yeah. I feel like these roaches were very much came from the early game, but a big engagement happening. But actually, on top of Widow Mines doing a little bit of friendly fire. Banelings coming in the left-hand side, getting rid of a little bit of these Marines, but Marines having to kite back, doing a decent amount of damage. Muta's actually falling back from this Thor. Thor will go down there, and more units streaming across the map from this aggressive 4th base of Spear. It is a planetary now, and pushing into the 4th base of PandaBearMe. This is a fantastic springboard for Spear, but we'll see what happens. Man. 2 more Widow Mines are kind of in the midst, not actually burrowing down. Finally burrowing down. These Mutas will not be able to pursue these Marines now. Another Thor joining in. 4th base will be actually not being said, will be taken down now. 10 more Lings on the way, and a lot of the army of PandaBearMe has actually been routed. These Mutalisks only at +1 upgrades, while Spear, all his biological units are at 2-2, and a couple more Banelings trying to come in. This has to be a fantastic Banelings hit. There is no burrow, there's no nothing, and 3-3 is only about 10-15 seconds away for Spear, pushing so hard. There's just so little upgrades. 30 more Lings coming out for PandaBearMe, but I just don't know if it'll be enough, even though Spear is on creep, fully fighting on it. It's such a huge upgrade league, and very nice splits. Oh, decent Baneling shots, actually, but I don't know if the Mutas will be able to clean it up with such low upgrades.
+3 attack is done for Spear. +3 armor just about to come in, but no chance. GG.